the voice of the people, yo, he's one of a kind. Talking about the struggle, the hustle, the pain, but with each word he drops, he's bringing power to the game. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Try to silence the truth, but he's loud and clear. From the bayou to the block, everyone can hear. Got the people united, it's a movement, no doubt. With his mic in hand, he's breaking all the clout. City eat the official scheming, yeah, they playing it slick. But Gerod's on the line and he's ready to kick. For the schools and the streets, he's fighting the fight. With a heart full of passion, he's igniting the night. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. From the jazz in the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. In the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was gonna add some more lines to it, but you know, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. What's happening, good people? How is everybody? Welcome to, what is today? Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday. I know it feel like it's moving kind of slow. Real slow. What the fellas be yelling? Morero. Hope everybody is having a good day. It's kind of warm outside. I say you better start getting used to it now, because probably in the next month, we're going to be this plus some more. Plus some more. I hope you all are ready to talk today. And we got some rumors that's happening. We got some rumors. And we're going to talk about them. Oh, baby, we're going to talk about them. Little birdies is chirping around here. Chirp, chirp. What is that, a chirp? I can hear little birdies just chirping around here. Because the word is getting out. And I hope that you're ready for the warning. I hope certain people are ready for the warning. Well, what you talking about, Gerod? What are you talking about? Oh, we gonna tell it. And we gonna find out if it's true or not. What you talking about? I'm talking about something is happening around here. And y'all gonna find out that it's breaking news a little later on. Cause we don't have little birdies around here telling us the news. We got big old ostriches. We got big old ostriches walking around flapping. We got them going around talking about something. We on Sesame Street. Like, who on Sesame Street? Big Bird. That's a letter A for you. And the letter B stand for B-I. 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 Yup. We got some big old birds flapping around here. Big birds. They yellow. But these ain't even yellow. These blackbirds. Mm-hmm. Walking around with Black Panther hats on. Big birds with AK-47s talking about some, I am, bok, 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 a revolutionary. I am, bok, 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 a revolutionary. So we got to spill the tea today and see what y'all say. See what y'all think. Because it's going to be interesting to see. Is it true? Well, when you going to tell it, G? Oh, trust me, it's coming. I'm waiting to see if I'm going to get my telephone call back first because I needed to confirm it. But those that know are saying, oh, Lord, who done picked up the phone and called and told him? Who done called and told the mouth of the South? It was, I can tell you who it was. Who was it? It was Big Bird. Or should I say, Big Black Bird? Instead of walking around just going, bok, bok, this bird going, I am a revolutionary. Everybody's like, y'all done lost y'all mind. But this one is so interesting to the point, I'm like, y'all got to be kidding me, right? Y'all kidding me? Y'all kidding me, right? Y'all kidding me? Come on now. Come on. Well, are you going to tell it? Yep. Let me start off this way. So many years ago, I met this gentleman on the West Bank. And when I met him, he said, come on in, man. I can tell you where he said, come in on it. Just a minute. He said, come on in, man. Sit down. Let me talk to you, man. I listen to your show. Blah, blah. I said, you do? He said, yeah. I want you to meet my wife. Da, da, da. I said, oh, man. Thank you. Good to meet all of y'all. And he said, by the way, my family owns this establishment. I was like, really? He said, yep, we're one of the minorities in the country that own several of them. I said, oh. if anybody know who I'm talking about already, some of y'all probably already knew who I'm talking about. But the word got out that this good man who owns several McDonald's in the city, and if you ever met Mr. Lewis, you know who I'm talking about. Mr. Colon is one of the premier men in this city that I would say has got a good heart, handles business, a good businessman, but a great family man. It's a difference to being a good businessman and a great family man, Mr. Lewis Colon. So Mr. Colon was put on the RTA board and has been on the RTA board. So that's supposed to be an honor, correct? Well, come to find out that Mr. Colon has resigned. Hello? Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? I say, boy. Did you say he resigned? Mm-hmm. Him done stepped down. Thank you very much, but I'm out. Peace. Well, anybody that know Lewis Colon, that when he gives you a commitment and he says, I'm going to do, anybody in the community knows that if he gives you a commitment, consider it done. He's in. If he gave a commitment that he was going to be on this board, be able to give it the time, go to the meetings, make decisions, do what the right thing is for the people of this city, you best bet he on that side of the table. If Lewis Colon stepped down, my question was, why? What had happened? So the narrative that we're hearing, let me make sure I say hearing, allegedly, is they saying that he had to step down for personal reasons. And I was like, oh no, I hope nothing's happening with his family and nothing like that. Yeety, 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 yeety. And it didn't already come back to me. He said, no, that is not why I'm stepping down. No, I don't have no personal reasons going on in my life. Don't try to put me out there like that. So what he step down for, G? Well, I'm glad y'all asked. Because the birds is chirping. The birds is chirping. And what they saying, G, they saying, I am a revolutionary. Why? Because, in today's marketplace, in today's economy, in today's position of power, it might be hard to find a lot of folks with the integrity of Lewis Colon. And when they start playing with people and playing with their lives and start playing with their positions as what they are and who they are, you don't want to be nowhere near that. You don't want to be around that. So the word is, that's what the word is now. From the revolutionaries. The revolutionaries is telling me that Mr. Colin got so much integrity being on that board that he ain't playing no games, and they playing games with people's lives, the CEO's lives, and saying they trying to get Miss Lauren out of there and not even pay her a severance package. Ooh, everybody say it together. Ooh, I am a revolutionary. I can imagine if you know Lewis, Mr. Lewis, you know good and damn well he looked up and said, "Oh no, let me get up out of here right now." Just as calm and just direct. And those folks probably went, "What? Y'all messing with Lona? Y'all messing with Lona Hankins? Y'all know Miss Lona?" Tell Brad, do me a favor. I'm talking to the producer right now. Call over to RTA. You want me to do it live on the air? I do it live on the air too. Call over at RTA and tell the receptionist that Gerard Stevens from WBOK is trying to get in contact with her and needs to speak to her. It's an emergency. I need to check on her health and her well-being and her mental state. Yeah, say it just like that. He's checking up on your mental state.
You want me to just call her, or you want me to?
No. I want you to call. I want you to call over there. The receptionist is gonna pick up the phone. She's gonna be like, "Hold, please,"
Right.
and she's gonna put you through to her office, and her secretary is gonna pick up. Then you tell her, "I'm calling for the radio host Gerard Stevens, and he said that he needs to check up on Miss Lona Hankins' mental health, and she'll be live on the air. Tell her I need to talk to her live on the air." She'll probably be like, "Oh Lord," but see if she'll put it through.
I'm saying, but I get to call her. But you want me to go through all the?
I want you to call her.
Yeah, call Miss
I want
Lona.
you to call RTA.
But okay. It'd be quicker for me to just call. But I got you.
Oh, you got a cell phone number?
Yeah,
Call
they
her
call
cell
me
phone.
super.
Call us. That's even better.
You hear me?
Call her cell phone. I
got you.
Just let her know her boy calling up to do some checking up on her. Always better when somebody check up on you. That's what most of us need. We need somebody to check up on us. We sitting up there letting stuff bother us, run through our head, and all you probably need, really, just to get your clarity sometime, is to just basically have somebody to talk to. How they gonna mess with Lona? Now I don't know how much she gonna say. She might not say nothing. But the little birdies is talking. And I needs to know from March 3rd, 2023 to now. So what that make her? 3 years? 3 years in a month? And her whole time that when she did all the stuff here, we just need to make sure that she all right. We need to take our break. What happened? You talked to her? You didn't
answer.
Huh?
She didn't answer.
Okay. All right. She'll call you back. We're going to take our break. We're going to come right back. Have some more conversation. Take some of your telephone calls, too. Get them in at 504-582-9422. More coming up next.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Join the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation as it brings the island vibes of Jamaica to Generations Hall at the 2026 Jazz and Heritage Gala on Wednesday, April 22nd from 7 till 10 p.m. One love, one music, one people presents an electric evening supporting music, education with iconic performances by the Wailers featuring Julia Marley, Big Sam's Funky Nation, and the Don, Moose Jameson's Heritage School of Music All-Stars featuring Deacon John. Visit jazzandheritagegala.com for more information.
Looking for a great deal on your next phone? Come see us at your locally owned AT&T store for the latest Samsung and iPhones. Visit us at 3616 South Carrollton Avenue. We have great offers on watches, tablets, accessories, and internet service. Whatever your connectivity needs are, our team is here to help you keep connected. Visit us today at AT&T, 3616 South Carrollton Avenue. Locally owned and proudly giving back to the community.
There's a Jewish saying that if you save one life, you save the world. Jesus said, whatever you do for the least of these, my brethren, you do for me. This is the time for good people to come together to help house the homeless. Donate gently used dishes, blankets, and furnishings to Nonprofit Unity of Greater New Orleans so together we can help our most vulnerable neighbors get off the streets into apartments with supportive services. For more information to join in on our good work, go to unitygno.org.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-311-5977. That's 800-311-5977. 800-311-5977.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. She gonna call you back? Did you leave a message? What you did?
Yeah, I left a message.
You left a message? All right. Let's not forget, there's always a setup article. Y'all know there was an article in the paper last week. So we would try to go on the hottie list. That lawsuit. It says a lawsuit for sexual harassment, and they had a group of folks that if you wanted some type of pictures or something to go up, that employees would end up being on one list, and then the other ones would end up being on the hottie list. You a hottie. We were trying to get on the hotties list. If you're on the hotties list, you know you're going to be more than likely you're going to be on somebody's picture on the side of the bus, on somebody's advertisement or something. But that's the word, y'all. The word is that they trying to get rid of folks And the other word, because you know that we got some big birds flying around here saying that not only are they trying to get you to the point where they're going to believe they're going to bring somebody else in to run this puppy, but they said they're trying to bring back some of the former folks. Wait. Y'all bringing back the former folks? We going around in circles? Ain't that a song by Billy Preston? Will it go around in circles? Well, I just got a song in my heart today. Oh, boy, I'm feeling like Billy Preston. I don't know. I don't know how far this is going to go. But you all heard it here. Y'all can call us next week because what's the day? Wednesday? Probably by Friday. That's when everybody like to do their dirt in the news. What you mean? Everybody like to get their word out and their dirt out on Friday because everybody going to be out of the office Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And that news cycle, unless something detrimental happens over the weekend, stays the same. So everything that comes into the news cycle on Friday is not only going to run on Friday, it's going to run on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning. So more than likely, the press conference or the firings or anything else is going to be on Friday. Then we'll talk about it on Monday because y'all know that's what's going to happen. One of the things, too, that I had in my book of tricks is that we were going to talk to Mr. Randy from the Sewage and Water Board today. He had to postpone. Of course, they had a lot going on trying to put in everything to see if they can get these pipes removed and how long that's going to take, the lead pipes. So it has been stated that the Sewage and Water Board has been operating our infrastructure with lead pipes. And we're trying to figure out how long that's going to take to replace. We're trying to figure out, what's going to be the hot spots for water main breaks. And, of course, flooding and all that other stuff we got to do. So he got work to do. I just wanted to talk to him. But he got a whole lot of work to do. I understand it. They called me in advance of this show to tell me that he could not make it today, but he will be here on Tuesday. Okay? So be on the prepared list to get your questions together to ask the CEO of Sewage and Water Board on Tuesday afternoon. And hopefully everything will go right, that he'll be here. Here's something else that I think that we got to talk about. Because I'm looking at my text messages right now. And one of the folks asked me, how come with the hot news cycle that we have going with Calvin Duncan that he's not on your show? What's his office number? Do-do-do-do. Oh, no, I went to a couple of things to see him speak. I even went to Grace Church. He spoke over at Grace Church on a Sunday service. I was there. Got a chance to see him speak, talk about reform, talk about prisoners that were in the system that can't get to their records. Whoever thought that was a problem? Did you ever think that was a problem? That if you were in jail, you can't get to your own records? How are you ever supposed to defend yourself? And I'm swearing that this thing is looking more like a setup every single time. It really is. It's looking like a real setup. All right, y'all want to contact him? Here's his number. 504-861-5684. If you want to email him, cfduncan at loyno.edu. That's all I can give you. I invited him. He's been invited. So 504-861-5684. And the email is cfduncan, DUNCAN, at loyno, that's LOYNO.edu. That's his email address. And there we go. So yesterday, they swore him in as the Orleans Parish clerk. Yesterday, they swore him in as the Orleans Parish clerk. Did anybody see Governor Landry's comments about the swearing in? And I just gotten to the point where I'm like, there is a level of bigotry that comes through loud and clear. Because this man is standing up at a location talking about some, you know what? I'm going to send this to you. I want you to play this. Because this man was standing there with a level of bigotry that made me say, he done lost his mind. It's like, I don't care. And did you see his comments? Did you see his comments yesterday? It would have made you mad if you would have saw how he was looking at the TV camera like, what? Like, who cares? They swore him in, so what? Watch me sign this and get rid of him. Kind of reminded me of the senator. What you say, Chuck?
Hey, good evening to you. I'm just chiming in what you were just talking about. Yeah, that's just bigotry upon bigotry. What you were just talking about. And by the way, reason I'm calling, I saw this morning on Monroe Free Press's Facebook page that I saw the picture. They was talking about Calvin Duncan being sworn in yesterday. I see they did pick it up, and it's going to be in tomorrow's paper. See, Monroe Free Press comes out on Thursdays.
Right.
Monroe Free Press and Monroe Dispatch. Yes.
You talked to the Reverend?
I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I did call the office and lady that's there. I gave the information to her to get in touch with you. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to Reverend. I haven't seen Reverend Wright, but I did, and also I sent a message to his son Robert to get to his father. I told him what's going on, and Yeah, well, just take it from there. I hope they hope he gets in contact with you.
Because what's concerning me is the fact that they don't care that this gets out, as long as it doesn't get out in their constituents' neighborhoods. Meaning, I doubt if a whole bunch of people up your way know that the senator that they elected is carrying the water of the governor that affects another parish and wasting a bill on us when you all probably need it for some of you all stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? I think back to years back when I think that's when John Bell Edwards was governor. Those state senators and all, and when they were coming home, they getting some of that money. The money could, I think, stimulus money bring back home when the session had ended. They didn't get any of that money, and coming in, they got a lot of flack for it. And also, I like I said, I'm in the district with Katrina Jackson Andrews, and I said I hope she gets to remember. I know she likes to get around some of these people in this area, and I remember back when Jindal was governor, when he signed that pro-life bill, that anti-abortion bill. She always getting stuff with talking about anti-abortion, and they signed it, and it caught a lot of flack. Signed it at a Baptist church over in West Monroe. She's standing there with all them, and she caught a lot of flack for that too. See, her husband is a Baptist minister too, and I don't know if she's going to use that to try to say, oh yeah, I'm in the church, I'm anti-abortion and all. I said, wait a minute. You think about your who your constituents are, and sometimes you have to watch these. You align yourself with these people like Jay, because Jay Morris could do it to my district. Anything he's shown what he's capable of doing, which is very alarming.
Yeah. Well, I just hope that at some point we understand, because I guess my question, even though my question sounded my question sounded ignorant. And I'm saying this about myself. I ain't saying this about nobody else. My question sounded ignorant, because my question yesterday is, if they are signing him in, and you're eliminating the position, then what are you the clerk of?
That's a great question. And these things need to be brought, and these people here in my area need to know about this, because this guy's right up under. Like, he's over in West Monroe, and he covers the area. I know what kind of district he covers. Those parishes, kind of people that elected him. They know who to attract with that foolishness, like you just said, bigotry and sometimes, and I know some of the people up here, you see him out and about. People do photo ops and all that kind of stuff, but you better watch who you're messing around with. And by the way, up here, you were talking about Jeff Landry. I see him daily at the restaurant where I work. The guy who he beat for state attorney general, I see him daily. James Buddy Caldwell. He's from my father's hometown, Toulouse. Dad, remember him years back there. Yeah, he comes into Monroe, and where I work, he comes in there daily. And he's former state attorney general.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know him quite well.
So, again, this is confusing a lot of people. But I saw the rally. I saw the number of people that went out there to support him.
Yeah, I saw that too, yes.
And I'm just sitting back waiting and seeing what's going to happen, because I think that there are more people confused.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just be a little bit more involved in this by just saying it's partly their fault, because if you don't explain to the people of this city what the hell is going on, everybody's not politically inclined.
You're exactly right. Said not politically inclined. You're exactly right. That's why we have who's in the White House.
Ignorant. That's why I call myself ignorant, because I don't really understand. What are you the clerk of now if you are getting ready to get out? So do they let you go, or are you really there? I saw you got your certificate, but what does this mean?
Oh gosh, that's a great conversation for you and Ms. Bagneris to have. She just back, boy, this is getting a lot of attention. That's why I said I'm glad you're all bringing awareness to this, and more people need to know, and people up my way need to know, because he's doing this kind of stuff, and what else will he do next? And it's something that you're bringing awareness to. And like I said, I did get that information to Reverend Wright. I just hope they need to get in touch with you, because you're the station that you have. We don't have a station like yours up here. The station we have up here is kind of that right wing thinking MAGA.
Oh, wow.
That's the same station that Rush Limbaugh was on. He was on until his passing. He stayed on that same old station. They have his show, and it was nationally syndicated, and he stayed on that station until he passed.
Well, we had and I think that this is important, because our reach is not just the internet and a small FM signal or a small AM radio station.
And that's an AM station here, that conservative station.
But the reach of the radio station's personnel. So I've had at least, I know we had CBS, because you all may have seen, I don't know if you were with us then, Chuck, but I mean, hell, my CBS connection would come into the studio and sit here and do the show with me.
Huh.
So she done called me about 3 times saying, I need you to explain this to me, because I need to come back into the city. And until you can explain it to me, I'm trying to explain it to my producers in New York. And I was like,
Huh. And our CBS affiliate here is KNOE TV, and the NBC is KTVE. That they started in El Dorado, Arkansas. They carry into now. Then they came into Monroe and West Monroe area. And they still have a studio in El Dorado, Arkansas. Close to Arkansas. And I'm glad you all reaching those. Reach those outlets. Let them know.
Well, I can't let them know if I don't understand it either.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So that's why we've been calling the folks and saying, hey, y'all need to come in here and tell us what's going on, because I see all the law professors. I've seen everybody that can do it. I saw one of my buddies do the swearing in on yesterday. He's been a great law professor for a long period of time. He did the swearing in yesterday. I'm like, okay.
He says he's law professor. Where is that? Loyola?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm like, okay, okay, y'all did the swearing in. So what does that mean? Does he take office? Because remember something.
That's confusing to me.
Now the other clerk of court is Chelsea Napoleon.
Oh, okay.
And Chelsea Napoleon was sworn in over the weekend. So she was sworn in before Calvin was. So my question is, wait a minute. Are you all are eliminating the position and combining the courts, y'all eliminating one position and putting the responsibilities of both courts under one person? And is that going to be Chelsea?
That's a great question, Brother Stevens. Kind of like Arsenio Hall used to do when he had his talk show. Things that make you say,
Yes, indeed.
That's what it is.
All right, Chuck, let me take a break.
All right. It's always great conversing with you. You all take care.
Talk to you in a minute. All right, Chuck, we'll take a break here. We'll come back. More coming up right here on WBOK.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong. At the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
From the East Bank to the West Bank, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. You got that the story up? So, all right, let's try to figure this out. I'm gonna try to figure this out for the top of the hour. So we saw them do the swearing in yesterday. We saw all the people standing out there. Yay, Calvin! Woo woo, Calvin! But did you all see what Governor Landry said yesterday? All right, here it is. Take a listen.
Governor Landry says he will definitely sign a bill that will eliminate the job of New Orleans' incoming criminal court clerk Calvin Duncan. Landry says the New Orleans court system is bloated and that Orleans Parish is the only Louisiana parish with 2 clerks of court. But Calvin Duncan, who spent nearly 30 years in prison for murder before being exonerated, says the state is retaliating against him. New Orleanians elected him in November with more than 60% of the vote.
So if I not only would I sign it, I'm going to absolutely support it and make sure that it passed.
Governor, what would you say to voters who say their vote is being tossed aside with the consolidation that's going to happen with these courts?
I would tell them we're trying to help to make sure that their potholes are being fixed in Orleans.
Calvin Duncan is to be sworn in next month. He and voting rights advocates testified against the bill at the Capitol this week.
Lots of kids want a
That comes from Foxy. Did this man just compare your voting rights in an election to fixing potholes? I'm trying to make sure that y'all can get a pothole fix. So the little birdies are chirping. The little birdies are chirping. They finally talking. And guess who's a part of the little birdies? Oh, y'all quiet today. Y'all don't want to play. Well, who's a part of the little birdies, Gerard? Some of the Republicans. Some of the state Republicans are making it known without giving a name that they do not agree on what this man is doing. Saying that trying to get rid of a position by stacking the deck. That's what he did, stack the deck with your own constituents. that you can say, oh, they're going to carry your water. Is unconstitutional. And from what I'm understanding, that there are several organizations waiting for you to sign it because they're ready to beat you down in the court of law. They're ready to beat you down. How long will this go on? We don't know. Or should I say how they say it in church? How long? Not long. How long? Not long. And getting rid of some of these judges is the same. Have you all noticed? I'm just asking for the state of Louisiana. That's what I'm asking for the state of Louisiana. That some of the news stories in the last couple of months has been about judges in different parishes. But let's clarify what we're talking about here. That the judges that we see that are in some type of trouble have been black female judges. Why is that? Or should I say black female judges with grave consequences? Does that make better sense? Because I know they said that one of the judges here was in trouble for mouth, of course, by what he was stating, and of course, having expletives on the bench and had to go in front of the disciplinary. I'm not going to call his name, but that is true. And what did they give him? With his foul mouth? Pat on the back and a hand slap. That's it. They didn't try to disbar him. They didn't try to suspend him. They didn't remove anything from his office. They gave him a couple of weeks of a suspension. That's it. But here we go. From looking at what I see, we see black female judges not only getting slaps on the hand, you slapping them across the face to the point where you're just suspending them altogether. There's been a couple that have been suspended indefinitely. Now, did they do something wrong to deserve it? Probably. But does that mean you end their career? Does that mean they're sitting down indefinitely or getting off the bench indefinitely? Nah. Mm-mm. Nah. And one of the judges was a white male from here, slapping a hand, cussing people out, slap on the hand, and they put him back on the stand. I just got to the point now where I'm like, boy, it done started hitting the judgeships. And when it hits the judgeships, we don't say anything. So we leave it up to the disciplinary board. We don't show up. We don't support those folks. Nothing. And they rule. and it's the lull. I can't handle it. I have to, when I be looking at some of the writings and what they did and how they did it and who gets what and do a comparison. The disciplinary board of the Bar Association seems to have its own issues. Let me say that again. The disciplinary board seems to have its own issues. And sometimes you have to look at it a little bit closer and start talking about it, because we look at it and just going about our business. Oh, did you see so-and-so got suspended? Did you see so-and-so lost their license? Now, let me put something in perspective. And I'm hoping that you all understand my perspective. It is not to take up for one that's black and do something or say something that's derogatory about one that is white. But I'm going to do that comparison, and you're going to have to make a difference. You're going to have to make the difference in this one. I'll do that after news. Everybody hold tight. News is next.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. House Speaker Mike Johnson is calling the Shreveport mass shooting that killed 8 black children an act of senseless, unspeakable evil. He says Shreveport needs our prayers right now.
Hold all of them close in your hearts and your prayers, if you will, and we trust that God is close to the brokenhearted, as promised to us in Scripture.
Johnson, who represents that area, led a moment of silence on the House floor. Louisiana's First Lady Sharon Landry is covering funeral costs for the 8 victims of Sunday's mass shooting in Shreveport through her nonprofit foundation, Love One Louisiana. Governor Jeff Landry announced the support during a visit to the city. And San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama has been named the NBA's first ever unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. The third-year pro led the league in blocks and becomes the youngest winner ever and the first Spur to earn the honor since Kawhi Leonard. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. So here we go. There is a black female judge in the city of Baton Rouge. Some of the folks were telling me that she made some very bad choices, some things that should not have even crossed the bench. Now, and again, I need everybody to understand, I am not taking up for her. I don't even know her name. Never met her before, I don't think. And not trying to take up for her if she did bad. But they said she made some very poor choices. Now, there is a New Orleans judge, white judge, that has made some very bad decisions in what he presents. And as a matter of fact, has a foul mouth and does that foul mouth on the bench. Cussing out folks. Now, I know this one too. I know this one. But I'd rather not call his name. But he got sanctioned by the Louisiana Bar Association. And so did she in Baton Rouge. Now her decision-making powers were stripped of her. They were stripped. In sentencing, they were stripped. So she had to sit down. They benched her. She had to sit down, and they don't know if she's coming back or not. They benched her. Now, this New Orleans judge, cussed everybody out, said something derogatory to the defendant in his courtroom. And the reason he said it was because he said that he had dealings with this boy. Well, that's personal. Why didn't you recuse yourself from the case in the first place? You should have recused yourself. Well, he got sanctioned and he had to go in front of the bar. They actually took the judge, the black female, off the bench altogether. She has been removed from the bench. Now, again, I don't know how harsh that is. I'm not trying to judge it. But if you're going to judge somebody, then I look around and say, let's look at this white judge that you all just slapped on the hand and gave him 30 days. What? He cussing people out that came in the courtroom because he had some personal dealings with him. And he didn't recuse himself from the case. What did y'all give him? A couple of weeks, 30 days. And it's over with her. With him, I'm sorry. Now, the other judge is still off of the bench. She's not back yet. They don't know when she's coming back. So what does that mean? Is she being treated unfairly compared to the other judge? And what you think? What's going on, Galloway?
What's going on, brother Gerod?
Oh, man,
you almost told me.
You the man. What's happening with you?
Oh, no, man. You talking about Baton Rouge and New Orleans judges. It's the whole judicial system in the state of Louisiana is a joke. I watched a judge give a white young male 1 year and 1 day in prison for shooting and killing a black homeless guy. Right there in Baton Rouge. The reason why I went up to the case, because the dude, the son of the homeless man, we served together in the Marine Corps.
Oh, wow.
So my jaw dropped when I heard the sentence. But on top of that, the defendant who was found guilty, he violated his bond conditions and failed a urinalysis test on failing for marijuana. Now, how that judge is still on the bench after giving somebody a year for actually killing somebody, a homeless person at that, that just lets you know about the whole judicial system. You talked about this thing with Calvin. First of all, Fox 8, you need to play the whole thing what Jeff Landry said about Calvin and what he said about Mayor Helena Moreno. That's what Fox 8 need to do. WDSU played it, but Fox 8 need to play what he said about Helena and this bill. But my thing is, when he signs this thing, what people need to understand, here in Texas, where I teach in the schoolroom, I have taken up and put it back so many times, I just left it up. The 10 Commandments. Gerard, we've been fighting this thing for 3 years. I say just leave it alone. Leave it up there. Because one court say take it down, the other court say you can put it back up there. Then this court say that. Then we just finished with the Fifth Circuit. You know what they said. Put it back up there. And this going on 3 years. So you're looking for a long fight. And I'm pretty sure they already got the lawsuits ready and all that stuff. But it takes time to go through these courts. Why didn't Jeff Landry or anybody in the state or house say, you know what, if we're going to consolidate these courts, these clerks, how about the state pays for an election so it won't be unfair to Calvin, or it won't be unfair to Chelsea. Because you got a little birdie, Gerard. I got a pterodactyl that told me that Chelsea plans on hiring, what's the guy that Calvin beat? Dunbar, whatever his name is? The incumbent.
Lombard.
The coach. Lombard. She's going to hire him.
Probably.
That's what the pterodactyl told me, because he don't know what to do on the criminal side.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna hire the guy, and guess who backed up the incumbent that lost? Helena backed him up, and Troy Carter backed him up. So basically, that's why he ain't saying nothing. He gonna get him a job anyway. Now I don't know how much money he gonna make or nothing like that, but that's what the pterodactyl told me. So I think if the fix is in, but this is not gonna be resolved in a year. And you know, the Supreme Court, if they decide to take up the case, it's gonna take at least a year for it to get there. And then the Supreme Court only meets, 2 or 3 times a year?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then once they meet, it still takes another, 3 to 6 months for you to get a decision?
Yeah, because it does not mean that they're going to take it up and put it on their docket.
Yes. I'm telling you, so, like I said, we've been dealing with, my 10 Commandments is sitting over there next to a picture of O.J. Simpson and Billy D. Williams. How about that?
Yes, indeed.
So, yeah, that's a combination there, man. I mean, let them go over there and read that. They can read about a man that played in Star Wars and then a man practiced self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
But real talk, though, Gerard, I really believe that folks don't understand because nobody has wanted to explain, because they didn't go to Baton Rouge. Like me and several other people went, put our name on that red card. Some sat there, some spoke. And the thing that bothers me the most is the money that you're supposed to be saving, Jeff Landry said will lie, is not going to fix no potholes. Mm-hmm. That money is not coming anywhere near Orleans Parish.
Right.
But you know what I brought up when I was up there, Gerard? And maybe you can help me, and somebody, maybe your guest or somebody. I said, if you want New Orleans to get on the same page as everybody else, how about everybody else get on the same page and pay the same amount of hotel motel tax that New Orleans pay?
Right.
Silence. Nobody could answer that question. I said, if Lake Charles, Lafayette, all this, y'all come visit that stuff, look at the amount of hotel motel tax that they pay compared to Orleans Parish pay.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we're going to equal it out. Let's equal it all out. So, you know, nobody answered that question, but that's just something folks to think about when they want something to be that way. And once again, you know, Jeff Landry, know he has the votes. He know he has the Fifth Circuit, but does he have the Supreme Court? But if he has I'm telling you, if he said, you know what, we're gonna have an election for the and the state is gonna pay for it, then we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, you know, maybe I just think too much. You know, that's what happens when you drink Old English. You get smarter.
That's why you drink so much, man.
Yeah, I get smarter, man. But thanks for taking my call, Gerard. I ain't gonna hold you up, and I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong, brother.
Always, Galloway. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Oh, this Mimi.
It is Mimi on the radio. How do you like that?
What is Mimi doing?
Oh, my goodness. So I just have to tell the reality check. Today, I'm not coming to you as a lawyer or a businesswoman or even your radio host. Today, I'm coming to you as Mimi, the grandmother of Christian, who has completely got us wrapped around his finger, and he is completely transformed every bit about this family. I got to tell you, there's nothing like witnessing new life into your family, and particularly when it's your baby having a baby.
Yeah.
That's my youngest daughter. So it's not just joy. It's renewal of purpose. It's a reminder of legacy. And it's just a deep, overwhelming feeling of gratitude to God that both mom and baby are healthy and happy.
Oh, I saw all the pictures. I said, that's Emil.
I don't know. I think that's me, G. I think that's me and my little me, okay. Lauren.
We're going to give
but
you
we'll
YouTube.
See.
We're going to give you YouTube, but I looked at that baby. The minute I saw that baby, I said, ooh, that's little Emil.
Oh, and let me tell you, he has his own little personality already. So we are really enjoying watching, everything he does, because he's his own little person. But he truly has us on our toes. I found myself having to watch a YouTube video just to figure out how to close the stroller to get him home. But that just reminded me in that moment, that we're ushering in a new season where we all have to learn new things and adapt to, this new little life that has been entrusted to us.
Yes, indeed. So let's see, Christian, is it Laurent? What is the middle name?
Christian Laurent. He has the name Christian because they prayed so hard for this baby. And then Laurent is a take on Lauren's name. And then his last name is White. So it's Christian Laurent White.
And he's I was looking last night. I need to tell you about yourself. Stop treating the boy like he is going to do these bad habits and looking into your phone so you can take a picture of him doing the side eye.
Let me tell you, that's part of the personality. He is so funny. He will give you the side eye in a moment. But I wanted to tell everybody, I tried to FaceTime Uncle G yesterday, but Uncle G's phone, he needs a new phone because we could not FaceTime Uncle G. So we had to send him pictures. So he gave Uncle G the side eye behind his phone.
He did. He sure did. I was like, because I thought you were playing, and then I saw the picture. I said, this boy is sitting up here really giving people the side eye.
He was giving it to you because of your janky
I know.
phone.
I was like, I ain't even met you yet. Wait, hold on. But he's adorable. He is adorable. How's mommy?
Mommy is doing very well. She just jumped in like a pro, like she's been doing it her whole life. Got an opportunity to be a patient instead of treating a patient, which was different. But she is doing very, very well and really enjoying every moment that she has with her son.
Very good. Now, I know you're not calling me to do this, but everybody's saying, you need to ask Suzette, because I'm trying to figure some stuff out here. And I actually called a couple of folks to see if they could explain it to me, and that is Calvin.
Oh.
He's
my
not
goodness.
he's not the clerk of court, is he? But they swore him in yesterday. So Jeff Landry's saying that he's going to sign the bill so that he can get rid of the position. So I said, then if
I
they
don't
signed him
think
in,
what Jeff Landry has done is constitutional. I think that there should be a lawsuit filed challenging the constitutionality of a legislative body overriding the voters. And I anticipate that one is being prepared. I have to believe one is being prepared.
have we ever heard of this before? Have we ever seen this before?
Well, kind of. We kind of saw it in Florida when DeSantis removed a duly elected AG.
Right.
You might remember, who happened to be African American. And when he removed him, there was a court case filed. There was a challenge, and that move was overturned, right? If I were representing Calvin right now, I think that, and also the voters, I think it needs to be an action brought on behalf of the voters. I think that the argument to be made should follow that Florida case. They attempted to do this in Florida, override the will of the people by a governor removing someone from office. This is the same thing. It is an analogous situation. It is an overstepping of the legislative branch that is overshadowing and depriving the citizens of New Orleans of the right to elect their own elected officials.
That makes sense.
And that's the precedent I would try to look at. And I would look to see if there's any other situations around the country. And I think that it's very important to take a stand on Calvin because he's about to do it. When I say he, I mean Jeff Landry is about to do it utilizing these other bills by removing judges from office. I think he's going to remove the DA from office. Anybody who doesn't play ball the way he wants it played, he's going to remove them from office.
And I think the next sheriff needs to watch out.
I think so too. I think that the alarm should be going on.
Everybody go back and tell her that I said something disrespectful about her because I'm not playing that game. I'm looking at what this man. It looks like he's trying to take over positions of power in
in
this
the city of
city.
New Orleans.
Yep.
Right. Oh, no, this is no shade on any of these politicians. Okay, locally, I think it's time to stand up and fight for them, and I think the citizens may have to do the fighting. But I do believe that this is just the beginning. I think this is part of the 2025 playbook. I think Jeff Landry is part of the MAGA playbook. And I think that, New Orleans is too black for them. Too black, too powerful.
I'm just
So
sitting back and
I
watching.
think we're being neutralized. We're being neutralized.
And look, they making strategic moves.
Let me tell you, they're trying to turn New Orleans Republican. It's a Democratic stronghold in a state.
And this is it. The
And
Democratic
this is the move.
stronghold in this city, in this state, is New Orleans.
This is exactly. New Orleans, Shreveport, East Baton Rouge Parish, we're the last stands against MAGA in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And we wield a tremendous amount of voting power. We wield too much economic power, and they're trying to neutralize that power. So I would hope that the ACLU, the NAACP, I'm hoping that other groups will join in filing something, because this is just the beginning. This is not one thing they're going to do. This is the beginning of a domino effect of removing them all. At the same time, while electing white people to offices held by black people. Okay, because I guarantee you, Richard Perk is being endorsed by all these black politicians. Okay, to take it to Stephanie Bridges and replace a black sitting judge.
Right.
Who's retiring. I mean, watch what's happening. I don't know when we're going to wake up, but we keep endorsing people who don't necessarily represent the interests of our community, and it's our black leaders doing it, black lawyers of prominence doing it, and we are giving away a stronghold.
Mm-hmm. You think, though, it's intentional that these black folks are doing these endorsements, or are they playing along with the game?
I really don't understand the motivation, but looking at who is doing it, I think it's financial.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort.
You helping my palm right now?
Yeah, there's some sort of there's something in it for them. I can tell you that. Something in it for them. I don't know what it is, but I'm willing to bet there's something in it for them.
But ain't that selling your soul?
To me it is. But some people choose gold over soul.
Yes, indeed. Well, I just didn't realize or understand, how do you swear in your clerk of court knowing that he's
That was a necessary move. Okay, I think they needed to swear him in. I think I think that's the first step in trying to challenge this. He was duly elected. They swore him in. Now let's file the lawsuits.
Now, I know that Landry actually commented on it. They said swear him in all they want to. All I'm trying to do is give the citizens of New Orleans a chance to get some more money to fix their potholes.
Well, he knows that's a buzzword. That's a buzzword. It's something we all want, right?
Yep.
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by what the puppet master is saying.
Yep. Who's the man behind the green curtain?
He is showing us with every move what he thinks of New Orleans and what he's going to do with New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yeah. And do not be fooled. And I think it's time to start emailing these politicians who are on the wrong side of history.
We did have one of our listeners, Chuck, called in from Monroe and stated that wanted to know, did you send that letter?
We emailed that letter. It was never published by any of those papers.
Yeah, we're waiting for the.
Maybe we need to send it again.
Yeah, we're gonna wait too for the owner of the Monroe Free Press to give us a call back, because I told him we're trying to get in contact with him, and we gave Chuck an assignment. He called me to let him know he completed the assignment by letting them know, the Reverend know, that we are trying to get in contact with him.
It's important, and I also think that's important. I think we need to put some political pressure on those who are poking their nose in New Orleans business.
Yep.
Let's poke our nose in their business.
Let's poke it. Poke it bear. There we go.
You know, sometimes when you poke the bear, you get bit.
That's okay.
They poked us. Let's see what happens.
Let's poke back. There we go.
Let's poke back.
All right, Mimi. All right, back. Let's switch you back to Mimi now. We're going to switch you back.
Exactly. Going back to Mimi mode. The nurses were laughing at me in the hospital because I was in Mimi mode, and then I got into hard rock mode because we were negotiating some things in hard rock. And she said, boy, you switched real quick. I said, you got it sometimes.
Yes, indeed.
You have to sometimes. But anyway, good talking to all of you. I miss you all so much. Yeah. I will be back around May 10th to be on the air.
We're waiting for you.
Yeah, I'll see y'all then.
Okay, my dear. I appreciate you much.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all, more coming up. We got to take a break. Let's take a break.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Bobby Wagner is a Super Bowl winning linebacker and one of only 3 to record 2,000 tackles or more. But even though he's super talented on the field, he knew when he entered the league that football was just one part of his journey.
Football was going to be a really big avenue for me, and football was going to be something that made me wealthy, but I knew it wasn't the end goal.
Instead, Wagner has put the wealth and access football has given him to use in the world of business. One of his most recent big investments didn't take the longtime Seattle Seahawks player too far from home. He's recently bought himself a stake in the WNBA's Seattle Storm.
I've been connected with Seattle for a long time, and I've watched the Storm. The Storm's been doing that thing for a really, really long time. So not just like from a championship perspective, but when you're in the city, they do a lot of good in the community.
Wagner's part of a growing number of current and former players that are moving into the ownership ranks. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty. It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
A question once whispered at the edges of American politics is now being asked out loud, across party lines and across the entire globe. What in the hell is going on with President Donald Trump? In recent days, Trump's rhetoric has taken a bizarre, more volatile and dark turn. His comments about Iran have been described by critics as not only provocative, but dangerous. Language that raises the temperature in an already combustible part of the world where he is creating chaos with an outright war on the Middle East. At the same time, a disturbing and deeply unusual public feud has erupted between the president and Pope Leo XIV. After the leader of the Catholic Church warned against what he calls a delusion of omnipotence, the president responded with a personal attack on the Pope. This is not normal diplomacy. It is something entirely different. And the concern is no longer confined to the president's political opponents. Quietly, and sometimes not so quietly, members of the president's own party have begun to signal discomfort, even alarm. And when allies start choosing their words carefully, it often speaks louder than critics ever could. Moreover, there are the optics. President Trump posting surreal images of himself cast in religious garb in a scene symbolizing an act of healing, seeming to emulate Jesus Christ. Now, let me be absolutely clear. Questioning a president's mental fitness is serious business. It should never be done lightly or weaponized for political gain. But neither can this be ignored when patterns emerge, when rhetoric escalates to the extreme, when judgment appears strained, when behavior invites not just criticism, but real concern. In spite of what some Trump supporters seem to think, the presidency is not a stage for spectacle. It is a test of steadiness, composed decorum and restraint, and most of all, clarity under pressure. The presidency demands discipline, not drama. And make no mistake about it, when drama begins to drive a president's decision, the country pays the price. So is Donald Trump crazy like a fox, or just plain crazy? This is Norman Robinson off the top.
Hi, I'm Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
New Orleans, the city of festivals and second chances. This is Mr. Rocky of Faithers in Jesus the Christ, inviting everyone to come to the table of grace. No matter where you are or what you're dealing with, guilt, bad habits, mistakes, or heavy hearts, Jesus still calls us his friend, and his grace is waiting for us. Tune in to WBOK, 12:30 a.m., or watch live on Facebook or Instagram. We'll reflect on his work on the cross, his resurrection, his ascension, and the hope of his return for we who that believe and have received him by faith. So join us at the table of grace, where mercy is fresh, forgiveness is real, and grace is served for people like you and me.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Well, welcome back. We got a chance to talk to Mimi. She is no longer the attorney extraordinaire. It's Mimi McNair's. I got to tell you, they in love with that baby. Yes, indeed. What you say, James?
Ain't nothing to it, big brother.
What's going on
Mimi
with
stole all my thunder, and I'm wanting to call and congratulate her on her new little precious life.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's something. That's all right. But she brought up most of my points. You know, I just wanted to ask him a little bit, and so did Brother Calloway, of course. I also wanted to ask, by them instating him, does that mean he is employed now by the city, by the state, and now he has to have some sort of severance package if they eliminate his position?
Sounds like it to me. I mean, it only makes sense, but
right.
But this place don't make too much. They say New Orleans and the state of Louisiana, we not real. So I don't know. I'm looking around and saying to myself, it's going to take a lawsuit to be filed to figure out what's going on. I don't think that Jeff Landry is correct. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really heard of any situation like this. You're taking
Yeah,
the
you
power of
have,
the
'cause
people.
y'all brought it up. It happened in Florida. It
Yeah, but
happened in
they already
Florida. I
have
think
that
it happened
law
in
in
Texas.
Florida. They already had that law in place in Florida. We don't have that law in place here.
No, but I think that, that's the reason why the man want to change the Constitution so bad. He wants to change the Constitution so he can have everything his way, like Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I told you this a long time ago, bro. Just like that river district, they are implanting themselves as a flag in this city, and not only do they have the Superdome and the convention center, but now they got the river district.
Yep.
They are creeping in, and it's gonna be like it's gentrification, just on a governmental scale. But like Callaway say, man, let's get Lafayette, put everybody on the same playing field as us and see where they measure up.
I think that's a
And then you tell us,
perfect idea.
then you tell us if we real or not.
I think that's a
Tell us if
perfect
we
idea.
real or not, because I don't see nobody going to visit no. It's mostly locals within the state, and some of us that traverse over there to Ponchatoula.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not because we love the strawberries. We also wanna share with the rest of the state. I want the rest of the state to be prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
But these people crazy. These people really, really crazy.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, y'all stole my thunder. Everybody was on the same page. I hope that man do get in. But if he don't get in, they need to pay him everything he do, and he should get the golden parachute as well.
Yep.
I'm sick of these folks.
Yep.
All right, brother.
All right, James.
Later.
All right, later, brother. Kevin.
Hey, as always, man, thank you for doing what you're doing. 'Cause I don't think you hear no one else talking about this stuff the way you from framing it the way you frame it. Okay, and that's the way it is, quite frankly. But I just want to say, and I'm not saying nothing new. The bottom line is we keep talking like this is unique to New Orleans. Man, look, racism, white supremacy has made the entire world insane, to include New Orleans. Now, we just happen to be one of the worst cases of the consequences of that, because basically we pretty much last on the totem pole in every positive category in the United States. Most incarcerated. Most. Just think of all the negative things. Poor education, poor healthcare outcomes, everything. Louisiana is at the top. So consequently, we got the most insane people. And I'm not talking about just white people. I'm talking about everybody, myself included, depending on what we're talking about. So the bottom line is this. My story is, look, what I've learned was crap runs downhill. If it's crappy at the bottom, the only way it could be crappy at the bottom is the people who control the culture creates that consequence. Okay, so that means it's crappy. We got crap at the top. Now the problem is the people at the bottom put the people at the top. Okay, so the bottom line is this: he who much is given, much is expected. How we expect people who have been benignly neglected by everybody, black, whites, and everybody, and that includes whites being neglected as well as blacks, but by the privileged group that's benefiting from this. And what I'm hearing is most of the comfortable people who now the crap is seeping up to their level are starting to address this, but they're not dealing with the root cause. The root cause is someone needs to teach the rest of us. We need to teach ourselves fundamental problem solving. Okay? Who does everybody answer to? Everybody has a boss. Every system has a pecking order. So until we like to talk about black excellence or white excellence or whatever excellence we're talking about, until we get a group of people who excellent in pragmatism and start teaching the rest of us how we can hold the privileged accountable, and not just because we are hypocrites. Wherever we are on jobs, people don't go, in the union, don't go to union meeting, they talk about the union. People talk about the crap in their neighborhood, but they don't get involved with their neighborhoods. People talk about revolution, but they don't get educated to learn how to get resources so they can apply it to whatever it is that we're talking about. So look, people in universities, the doctors, the lawyers, he who much is asked, y'all supposed to be the brain trust, right? Get together with your group of people and apply practical, pragmatic problem solving to community issues. You know how it's done, because that's how you have to operate in your fields of in your fields of choice and your professions. And that's basically it. Until we start applying what we already know in our professions and in our lives, that make it possible for us to accomplish the thing that we accomplish. Until we care enough about the collective group of people, well, really care enough about ourselves. Because the only reason why people can do this to blacks or poor whites is because we're ignorant, and we don't even know. We don't even see when they're doing it to us. Cool. So what I'm saying is a group of people who know better on a good day need to teach us how to analyze these things and then strategize how do we navigate past that madness so we can hold our representatives accountable. And first of all, we're gonna have to quit voting for brand name people who just there and that's it, because we keep doing that.
Right.
You know, we got to get the Calvin Duncans in office. We got to get the what's the brother from Baton Rouge name who ran for something. I can't think of his name. Right. Chambers, the Gary Chambers is in office and stuff like that. So, but our politicians have to realize you're not just there to collect a check on Friday. You need to start networking with politicians, black politicians, or people of like mind, white, black, whatever, that's willing to deal with life from the pragmatic perspective of the masses.
Okay.
You know,
cool.
So black politicians got to start connecting with black politicians all over the state, because it takes 10,000 of us to get 10,000 blacks to get a stop sign put up.
Yes, indeed.
So why wouldn't we realize that we all got to start working together to stop this madness that these sociopaths are doing, these white supremacists, uncomfortable Negroes, or Chinese and everybody, uncomfortable privileged people,
right,
are creating havoc in not only New Orleans,
everywhere,
but the country and the world, quite frankly.
All right. Cool, Kev. Good comments.
Okay, thank you for what you do.
Talk to you later, brother.
All right.
Hey, Ron. Hey,
Man, I'm not
Ron.
messing with you, bro. I'm not messing with you, bro.
What's going on? You the man, brother.
Man,
you the man.
No, bro. Well, you know. First, shouts out to the father of Round Table, bro, and the new gun club, bro. Look, I agree. Everything what Kevin just said, just not except for that last part when he said we got to get with the people that sits in these seats of power. No, them clowns got to get with us. They know the people that's out there that's really boots on the ground that's doing the work, and they know the ones who out there just with the riffraff.
Mm-hmm.
You dig? The two politicians, and notice what I said because you know how I get on all of them, but the two people that sits in seats of power this day that I trust wholeheartedly is the Honorable Judge Nicole Shepard, you heard me, and also the Honorable Calvin Duncan. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them, they need help. But see them two there, I'll put my head on the chopping block for them. And everybody who know me, y'all already know how I get on all the rest of them. But see them two there, man, I'll put my head on the chopping block for them, period. But at the end of the day, just like I said yesterday and this morning, you know, it's things that we not doing that's creating this type of chaos. Because look, imagine all those them judges, right? That's under so-called scrutiny right now. You know, when they come, I ain't gonna say scrutiny, but all the ones who got their their seats being under threat right now.
Right.
Imagine if some of them was actually, for the community and doing right. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the community, the people in the community wouldn't have no problem with going and fighting and standing in on their behalf, right? But then some of them, and we got to keep this thing real. We understand that what the play is about, black leadership and things like that being under attack. We understand that wholeheartedly. But when you as a black leader participate in our oppression and our demise, you ain't no different from them. But now since you is your seat has become hot, right, and you don't just disregard the community. Now you're looking for those same people that you threw away, that you felt you was better than, or that your constituents and the people that paid for you to be in that seat, all y'all got together thought y'all was better than them. Now y'all need some of those same people. So you can't really get mad at the people that's not going to step up and fight for them, because guess what? We can come together and still fight for some of them. Then they're going to go back and start doing the same thing what they was already doing before, if not more. So that's why we got to educate ourselves on the who, whys, and the whats. Because once you understand your why, and I'm talking to us as individuals, once we begin to understand our why, then we have the power to deal with any what. And the what is, what about this, what about that? Again, once we begin to understand our why, then we have the power and the ability to deal with any what. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Keep on doing what you're doing, my brother.
You the man, brother.
Mama Bagnaris, Mimi Bagnaris.
You see Mimi. Mimi done went from the attorney extraordinaire to Mimi, bro. She done went from the attorney extraordinaire to Mimi.
Congratulations, my sister.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy that.
All right, bro.
Straight up.
I'll talk to you later.
All right,
hey, Ron. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, we need to take the break. All right, we'll take the break here. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight. We get into the last few minutes. And then I got to inform y'all on some stuff, yeah. More coming up next.
AURN News.
A new report is raising red flags about how the Trump administration's sweeping H.R. 1 law could hit black households the hardest. The Joint Center says that while the bill cuts about $4.5 trillion in federal taxes, most of those benefits are flowing to higher income families and corporations, not everyday workers. At the same time, the law trims roughly $1.4 trillion from programs like Medicaid, SNAP, and student aid programs many black families depend on. There's also a gap in the tax relief itself. The child tax credit was bumped up slightly, but nearly half of black families, about 47%, still won't see the full benefit because of how it's structured. And with less federal support, states are expected to raise revenue through things like sales taxes, fees, and fines, costs that tend to hit lower income communities the hardest. The report takeaway is clear. Instead of closing the wealth gap, this policy could widen it, leaving black households paying more while getting less. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Hey, this is Steve Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 a.m. every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer.
Join the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation as it brings the island vibes of Jamaica to Generations Hall at the 2026 Jazz and Heritage Gala on Wednesday, April 22nd from 7 till 10 p.m. One love, one music, one people presents an electric evening supporting music, education with iconic performances by the Wailers featuring Julia Marley, Big Sam's Funky Nation, and the Don, Moose Jameson's Heritage School of Music All-Stars featuring Deacon John. Visit jazzandheritagegala.com for more information.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
If you had $1 million, would you leave it to an 18-year-old?
Hopefully not, but that's exactly what can happen with a simple will. The money goes straight to your kids when they hit the legal age, no guardrails.
A trust lets you control when and how they receive their inheritance. You can set ages, milestones, or even make sure they finish school first.
Give them security, not a spending spree.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
WBOK. Better pay attention. Powered by Cox Business. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. I got a stranger on the line. He is such a stranger. There he is. What you say there, Mr. Stranger? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm down here in Galveston, and I heard you say that everybody needs somebody to check on them, so I'm checking on you.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. What you still doing down in Galveston?
Well, what happened was they opened up a new helicopter tour a building, and I've been watching them put the signs up on it. So I'm trying to learn something every day. So that's what I just took off today.
Don't let me see you hanging on the side of no building trying to talk about some. I'm hanging up this sign. That ain't gonna look right to me.
Anyway, racism is alive and well. Did you hear about the policeman in Texas, in Houston, that used the N-word several times on her? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Facebook and all of that. So they suspended her, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. So did you hear? It's all over television. Did you hear about that?
No, I haven't heard on that one, but it's apparent to me that if that's what she's done, there's a prejudice there that I don't think that she has to. She got the wrong job to dealing with the people to be using that type of language.
Yeah, well, the people, I'll say the people, they want them to fire her, to get rid of her. So, I've heard this, and I've said it to you before. I heard this stuff about black and brown, and I said there's no such thing. And I talked to, I have, Hispanic people. We work together and whatnot. But I've talked to them here in Texas, and I told them if the other candidate for president had to become president, things would be different than they are today. And they say 47% of his votes were from Hispanics. So they were in a sense, they have been leaning toward the so-called white. And I say so-called white because there's no such thing as a white person. So anyway, I was talking to a Hispanic fella here, I think it was day before yesterday, and he said he talked to his father-in-law in Corpus Christi and said how many people they have removed from down there. So, in other words, it's kind of like a ghost place. So, and I've told some of them, I said, if you had voted for Kamala Harris, that things would have been different. But there were a lot of people, and she's one of the smartest women on the face of the earth. There are a lot of people, including some black men, that did not vote for her. So it bothers me, too, when they separate families, and there are good people that they have taken into custody. And I heard about one woman that is in custody that has 5 kids in one of these concentration camps. So you have a bunch of thugs that are in power, in position, including the governor of Texas, the one that rolls around in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. Nothing but a thug. And you got the ones from Louisiana, the so-called Speaker of the House, and that kind of thing. So they work together. They wake up, they mean nobody any good. And people have, say that again?
No, I said, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I know pretty much 100%. So each day you wake up should be a better day. Mm-hmm. And these people don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
The governor of Texas, and Texas is, to me, is a foreign country. I'm here, and I pay property taxes here. Mm-hmm. But what can I say to you? I'm not together on what I want to say, but I just thought I would holler at you. And
I'm here. I'm here today. So
yeah. Okay.
I was wondering where you was, but we've been working. Trying to get it done. And listen, your friend, the attorney extraordinaire, she in Houston.
Oh, she is.
She's okay, in Houston. She had the baby. Her daughter had the baby.
Oh, okay. How many pounds?
I don't know exactly what the weight was, but she is there. So she just called in a few minutes ago.
Boy or girl?
The boy.
Okay. You know, one of my nieces is an OBGYN, and she's probably delivering babies right now.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I have 5 of them that are medical doctors. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I might be able to touch bases with her.
All right. Good enough.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
sir.
holler at you later.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye. All right. That's Mr. Harold, y'all. Mr. Harold. So let me do this as we get out of here. Because I do need to fill you in a little bit. My mother's daughter, my baby, is here in the city. She's actually in New Orleans right now. I would like to say that she was just here just because she wanted to visit me, but she lives in Atlanta. And unfortunately, her aunt, which is very close to her, passed about a week ago. They had the funeral on Saturday. And my daughter took it very hard, emotionally hard, because that was her road dog. And she took it very hard. And unfortunately, something happened. I don't know what happened. She had a seizure. My daughter's never had a seizure ever before. And with her having this seizure, brought grave concern on the family. And then she had it first thing in the morning, then went to the funeral at 11 o'clock. And then later on during the funeral, she had another one. They had to remove her from the church by ambulance. She's been in the hospital now for 3 days. She's been released, but we went to go see, thank God we know people. We went to go see one of the best neurologists in the country. I want to thank and say it publicly. Thank Dr. Marcus Ware over at Ochsner for taking the time and just viewing and doing all the things with my daughter's scans so he can take it. So tomorrow we're taking her back and we're taking her to Atlanta so that she can go and get the rest of her scans because she's never had any type of seizure. You can best bet it done scared the hell out of me. And I'm telling you this, not to talk all my daughter's business and all of this. I'm telling you this because as her father, I think it's my responsibility to go with her. So I am leaving and I am going with her to Atlanta. Now, when I say I'm leaving, don't think I'm not coming back. I am, but I won't be here for the rest of the week because I want my daughter to know that her dad is standing right beside her, and that's where I'm going. I will be there, and I'm gonna be there until they tell me what's going on with her. So hopefully, what I'll end up doing is coming right back and being back for next week. But we'll know. Y'all pray for my baby. Pray for my baby. All right. So that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on with my child. And we're gonna make sure she's all right. Never had a seizure ever. Now, for you all that know Alexis, don't think this is Alexis. This is my oldest daughter, okay? I got two. This is my oldest daughter. But I just want everybody to know that, if I'm missing, don't think that I just got up and left. No, I'm going to make sure that my daughter is okay. And I think that's what everybody should do. So pray for my baby. I think she's going to be fine. I think that everything's going to be good. But I'll give you updates too. Yep, I'll give you updates. Other than that, that's going to wrap things up for me on today. I will see you all when I get back. I'll give you a full update when we get back. All right. Y'all take care, and we'll see you probably on Monday. Talk to you later.